Hi, I'm Mitch Gallagher. I'm the editorial director here at Sweetwater, and today we're looking at the Creation Station Tower computer. We designed the Creation Station Tower to be ideal for project studio users as well as professional users. Whatever your tasks, whether you're producing audio, composing music, running virtual instruments, or tracking large sessions, the Creation Station Tower is a computer that can handle it for you. The Creation Station Tower computer features an Intel Core 2 quad processor, dual hard drives, so you have a separate drive for your system as well as a separate drive for audio, and 4 gigabytes of RAM. In order to determine how much power this computer really has, we took it into Sweetwater Labs for 2 weeks of intensive testing. The tests we conducted included tracking, track playback, mixdown, plug-in processing, and virtual instruments. To give you an idea of the performance of this machine, we held a tracking session in Sweetwater Labs at 96 kHz 24-bit resolution. We used 4 Motu 24I/O interfaces for 96 inputs and outputs, and we were able to record 96 simultaneous mono tracks. When we switched over to a track playback test, we were able to play 120 mono tracks at 96 kHz 24-bit resolution and 130 stereo tracks at 44.1 kHz 24-bit resolution. That's more tracks than you're ever going to use in a real-world situation. For our mixdown test, we created a session with 36 stereo audio tracks at 44.1 kHz 24-bit resolution. We used a total of 180 bands of equalization as well as 180 bands of multi-band compression. On top of that, we added 5 instances of Cakewalk Sonar's Perfect Space Convolution Reverb. The tower had no problem at all handling those demands. For our DSP tests, we again used the Cakewalk Perfect Space Convolution Reverb. We were able to add 38 instances of the reverb to our session. They all ran simultaneously without any problem at all. Now, virtual instruments can be very demanding on a computer. They can use a lot of RAM, and they definitely can use a lot of CPU power. To test the capabilities of the Creation Station Tower, we used Synthogy Ivory, which is a virtual piano, and we used FXpansion BFD 2.0, which is a percussion sample playback plugin. We created a session where we loaded up 6 instances of Ivory. Each of those instances had its own independent, fully loaded piano, and we found we were only using 56% of the CPU power. Next, we created a session where we loaded up 4 instances of Ivory, each again loaded with its own independent piano. Then we added BFD 2.0 on top of that. In this case, CPU usage topped out at just 62%. With the Creation Station Tower, you're looking at a computer that's been optimized for audio and music production. With its whisper quiet operation, you can have this computer sitting right next to you in the control room during mixdown, or in fact, you can have it in the studio when you're tracking with open microphones and you won't have any noise problems at all. Like all the Creation Stations, the Creation Station Tower is backed by years of experience here at Sweetwater. Our tech support is always available to you, and we also have a Creation Station Resource Center available online 24/7. Full details on the Creation Station Tower computer are available at the Creation Station microsite, and you can also download a white paper that will detail all the tests, how the tests were conducted, everything that we did, and the results we achieved in Sweetwater Labs when we were putting this machine through its paces. For answers to any questions you might have on Creation Station Tower computers, give your Sweetwater sales engineer a call. They'll be happy to provide you with full information.